I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. Ynet reports that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said during a coalition meeting on Tuesday that he plans to decide by October the 15th whether to call for early elections in Israel. Netanyahu stated, if we cannot get a majority to support a responsible budget, we will complete our 4-year term and have an election. As you may have seen on IBA News, reports of possible early elections had been circulating in the Israeli Knesset throughout the day, as the Prime Minister met earlier with Finance Minister Yuval Steinitz regarding the proposed state budget. The Jerusalem Post reports that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas predicted on Tuesday that the United Nations General Assembly will vote on the Palestinian statehood bid in the next month or so. Palestinian news agency Wafa quoted Abbas as telling a group of students at his headquarters in Ramallah that we went recently to the United Nations to call on the world to recognize our state. We will achieve this, God willing, at the earliest opportunity, which may not exceed a month or a month and a half. Chief Palestinian negotiator Saeb Erekat on Monday had announced that the Palestinian Authority had started consultations with Arab countries over the phrasing of a request for UN non-member state status. Reuters reports that the attorney for jailed Jewish American Alan Gross released a statement on Tuesday saying that Gross has a potentially life-threatening medical problem that has not been adequately evaluated to modern medical standards. Gross's attorney Jared Genser released the statement from U.S.-based radiologist Alan Cohen, who recently reviewed CT and ultrasound scans performed by Cuban doctors of an unidentified mass behind Gross's right shoulder, which his wife Judy had noticed after a recent visit with her husband. Cuban physicians who had examined Gross said the mass was a hematoma and told him it would disappear. But Dr. Cohen said that the soft tissue mass, together with Gross's significant weight loss of 105 pounds since December of 2009, could be pointing to a malignant tumor. Cohen concluded in his evaluation that Gross is in urgent need of a proper medical evaluation, including an MRI and possibly a biopsy, preferably in the U.S., immediately. Gross's wife Judy, as well as Gross's attorney, have been urging the Cuban government to allow an independent medical expert to examine Gross and continue to do so. Judy Gross stated, "President Castro, I beg you not to let my husband die on your watch. Your country claims to have such a wonderful healthcare system, yet why have your doctors misdiagnosed him and failed to order the right tests to determine what is actually happening? Please let us have Alan diagnosed by a doctor of his choosing," Judy said, before it is too late. Alan Gross has been jailed since December of 2009 and is serving a 15-year sentence for, quote, crimes against the state for bringing computer equipment and internet access to the Jewish community in Cuba. Several hundred people are expected to attend a show of support this weekend in Stockholm for the Jewish community of Malmö, Sweden, which was recently targeted, as we reported to you yesterday, when 2 small charges set off an explosion last week at the entrance to the Malmö Jewish Community Center. The rally of support will take place Sunday at Stockholm's Raoul Wallenberg Square and is being organized by the Swedish Committee Against Anti-Semitism and the Council of Swedish Jewish Communities. Annika Herrenroth Rothstein, a Jewish activist who is also one of the organizers of the event, said, "This attack will only make us speak up more clearly about our right to be Jewish and appear Jewish in Sweden." And finally, the JTA reports that a new investigation has been launched into the actions of war criminal Laszlo Shatari by police in Košice, Slovakia. Shatari was arrested in Budapest in July and is being investigated for his alleged complicity in the deportation of approximately 15,000 Jews who were murdered in 1944. In August, the Hungarian prosecutor's office dismissed allegations that Shatari had also helped send 300 Košice Jews to their deaths in 1941. However, the new investigation taking place in Košice focuses on Shatari's alleged involvement in the 1945 deportation of a 17-year-old boy to a labor camp in Germany, according to the Slovak news agency TASR. A spokesperson for the Košice prosecutor's office told TASR that the son of the then 17-year-old who had been deported is the one who filed the complaint against the war criminal. Shatari, who is now 97, served during World War II as a Hungarian police commander in the Jewish ghetto of Košice, which was then part of Hungary. He is currently under house arrest. And that's Shalom TV's news update. I'm Teisha Bader.